Hi guys, in this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to make ear flaps for any hat. Once you got your hat done, this just so happens to be a square one, but it wouldn't matter, even if it was circle one. You have a front and a back side usually, where you started or ended. And you just want to get the best looking sides as you can if you're on a circle hat. This one doesn't really give me a lot of options. So when you're working with a square hat, it's best to end around on the side because it shows up the least. Anyway, what you do is you get your sides that you want of the hat, the best looking sides, front and back, and you fold it in half like this. You try to get it as flat as you can, and you want to mark out, depending on the size of your hat. If you're making a baby hat for up to, I would say, 10 months or so, I wouldn't do any more stitches than 10 to make an ear flap. For all other sizes, I would go up at least 12 stitches total. And what you do with your hat to mark your stitches is you get it, like I said, folded in half. And then it's best if you can to get 2 stitches on this end, but it isn't always possible. So it's okay. So for this particular case, I have to push mine up just a little bit on this side just to make this other stitch come up. Now I have 2 stitches here on the side, and this hat is going to be for sizes 1 to 4, so I want to mark out 12 stitches. So I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Then you want to stick your hook through here, and you can recount your stitches. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and I have 11, so I missed somewhere. So what you want to do in that case is try to flatten it out, and I kind of moved my hat, worked a little bit this direction to try to get that second stitch so I can push it back that direction. It's much easier also if you're working with a circular hat. And what you do now, count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, I have 12. Like I said, anything lower than 10 months or lower, only do 10. So once you've got your 12 marked out, you want to put a marker on one side of the hat to mark the beginning of the 12 stitches, and then a marker on the other side to mark the end of the other 12. So you know from here to here is 12. Now, typically what you do if you're working with the circular hat is you want to go ahead and make the ear flap first on one side after you've got it marked out. And then you'll fold it in half, the ear flap in half, to make sure that you have it even. And then you would count out on the other side. But with this square hat, it should be much easier. I could probably just go ahead and count it out. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So I suggest if you're making a circular hat, go ahead and make the ear flap first, and then mark out your other side of the hat. Okay, now once you've got your 12 stitches marked and you're ready to make your ear flap, choose your color. Attach your yarn where your first marker is, and you want to always be aware this is the front of your hat, so you want to work, if you're right-handed that is, you want to attach it here so that when you're working this way you'll have your front stitches facing you, and if you're left-handed, work from here to this direction to make sure that your front stitches are going to be facing you. You attach your yarn, single crochet method, which is just pull up a loop and pull through both loops. And to do the ear flap on any hat, it's going to be the same method. Just single crochet, from one marker to the next. And this is the marker, the stitch with the marker in it. Put my last stitch there. Now chain one, turn, and then single crochet in each stitch across. And this is for the single crochet method. I know there's a lot of people who may use the double crochet, which can work also. But single crochets are so much warmer. So once you get to the other side, you want to chain one and turn. And then now you want to start doing a decrease on the beginning and on the end of each row. So using your first stitch, pull up a loop, and the second stitch, pull up a loop. Pull through all 3 loops to make your first decrease using the first 2 stitches. And then you're going to want to single crochet until you get to your last 2 stitches. Which for me, since I'm doing 12, I would go single crochet the next 10. If you started off with 10, you single crochet 8 until you get to your last 2 stitches, and then you go in, pull up a loop, and then go through your last and pull up a loop. Pull through all 3 loops, chain one and turn. And you're going to want to do this again, decrease in the first and the last stitch, and you're going to do this every single row until you get your ear flap to a point where you will do decrease, decrease, and that's it. There'll be nothing left to do. So I'm just going to keep decreasing in my first stitch, single crochet over, and then my last 2 stitches, do a decrease, chain one. Decrease using the first 2 stitches, then you want to single crochet over, decrease using the last. Then I'll do a decrease, and then I'll do a decrease, and that's it. I can't do anything else. So I want to chain one, and then leaving myself some tail to be worked in. And this is when I say, if you're working with a circular hat, on the rim, most hats are single crochet. So you'll probably be using this method more than any of the others, because even if they have different stitches for the hat, most rims will be single crochet. So when you're having a circular one, like I said before, you'll want to bend it in half and then find your marker. Make sure that they're equal, and then you'll continue the same way, except now, again, you need to pay attention that you are working, if you're right-handed, going this way to the left to make sure your stitches stay front. And if you're left-handed, go start from this marker. And again, you will single crochet 12, turn, single crochet 12, and then you will start your decreases. Decrease in the first and then the last stitch. And you do it all the way until the last 2 stitches is decrease, decrease, leaving you with 2 stitches on the end. And then you know you're done. You chain one and cut. And that's it. That's that. That's very easy to do. I hope that it's been helpful and that you can put ear flaps on your hats. And please don't forget to subscribe, and please like and share this video.